You want the truth. But can you handle the truth? You're not stuck because you're past. You're not stuck because your parents. You're not stuck because of your environment, your income, or your circumstances. You're stuck because of one thing: your thoughts. Let that hit for a second. Every man lives inside a mental prison. But the crazy part, the bars were built with his own beliefs. Here's how it happens. From a young age, you absorb messages from everywhere. That's not realistic. Be careful. That's not for people like us. You're too young. You're not that smart. You'll never be like him. You hear them once, them twice, them 100 times, and without even realizing it, you start repeating them to yourself. That's when it becomes dangerous, because once you start thinking small, you start living small. Not because you lack talent, not because you lack potential, but because your mind is obeying the programming you never questioned. Napoleon Hill said, "Truly, thoughts are things." That wasn't a metaphor, it was a warning. Because whatever dominates your mind eventually dominates your life. If your dominant thought is, "I'll never make it," your brain will prove you right. "I'm not good enough," your energy will shrink. Success is for other people. You'll stop chasing it before you even start. But here's the plot twist. The same mechanism that's been holding you back is the one that can set you free. Because thoughts don't just limit, they also build. Every millionaire, every great athlete, every revolutionary leader, they all started with the same thing, a thought. What if I could create that? What if I became the first? What if I changed everything? That what if wasn't wishful thinking. It was the seed of everything. And it started with one choice. They refused to believe the same thoughts that kept everyone else stuck. So now the real question becomes, what thought are you feeding today? Because the one you repeat the most, the one you protect, believe, and obey, that's the one shaping your reality. Most men think a negative thought is just that, a thought, harmless, fleeting, private, something that lives in the mind and dies quietly. But here's the uncomfortable truth that most never realize. Your thoughts are instructions. Your thoughts are blueprints. Your thoughts are orders to your future. You're not simply a product of your environment. You're a product of your inner dialogue. And if your mind is polluted with doubt, fear, weakness, and excuses, then everything you build will contaminate by day. I know you're like, what you mean? Wait, let me explain why. Every time you say, "I'm not good enough," your subconscious goes, "Roger that." Every time you think success is too hard, your nervous system tightens. Your shoulders slump, your body withdraws. Every time you whisper, "I'll never be that guy," you reinforce an identity that rejects growth. This isn't spiritual fluff. This is neurological facts. Your subconscious mind doesn't care whether a thought is positive or negative. It doesn't evaluate truth or fiction. It simply records and responds. The subconscious mind is like a soldier on the battlefield. It doesn't ask why. It doesn't debate. It simply follows orders. And those orders, they come from your thoughts. Your mind is a supercomputer, but you're the programmer. Think of your mind like a search engine, like Google. Type in a question, "Why am I such a loser?" And it'll put up every failure, every embarrassing moment, every mistake you made since you were a child. But type in, "How can I overcome this?" And it'll start looking for strategies, for mentors, for breakthroughs, for answers. Your brain mirrors the question you ask most often. Your questions create your emotions. Your emotions drive your behavior, and your behavior carves your destiny. So when you say something casually like, "I'm just not motivated," "I suck with women," "I always be broke," you think you're venting, but you're actually training your brain to prove you right. It will start searching your memory for validation. Then it creates emotions to match. Then you'll start acting in alignment with that belief, even when you don't want to. And this is the trap. Most men live inside of a prison that their own psychological hands built. They whispered self-doubt so long that it became reality. They spoke mediocrity so often that it became reality. They've repeated failure in their heads so long, and now they don't even try. The most dangerous phrase a man could say, let me tell you something chillin'. The most dangerous sentence you'll ever say is this: that's just the way I am. No, that's just the way you thought for so long. You weren't born lazy. You weren't born addicted. You weren't born timid. You weren't born average. You became that through repetition, through tucking your tail. You said it enough that your subconscious mind accepted it as law. And because your subconscious is obedient, loyal, it begins shaping your emotions, reactions, and behavior to match the belief. You stop applying, you stop risking, you stop dreaming, you started shrinking. And now you walk around calling that your personality? It's not, it's a script. And the good news is, scripts can be rewritten. Repetition is power when you use it on purpose. There's a reason why commercials play the same line over and over again. Why songs repeat the same chorus. Why propaganda works. Repetition wires belief. Belief drives behavior, and behavior creates results. You've already experienced this. You've already used auto-suggestion, just in the wrong direction. I can't focus. Your brain reduces its attention span. I'm not lucky. You ignore opportunities when they knock. I'm bad with money. You subconsciously make poor financial choices. This isn't magic. This is science. So if you want to build something powerful, something elite, you must become ruthless with your internal blueprint. You must become aware of your dominant thoughts. You must catch the weak voice in the act. You must choose new commands and install them daily. Start rebuilding your blueprint. Here's where things change. Here's what you do today. Number one, identify the weak blueprint. Start with brutal honesty. What do I repeatedly say to myself? What do I believe about my potential? What thoughts feel automatic but disempowering? Write them down. Unmask them. Number two, choose a new command. Replace it with a stronger truth, not some generic affirmation, a personal, emotional, present tense command. I am a focused, dominant force of nature. I attract success through consistency and intensity. I am disciplined, driven, and locked in. Number three, speak it until it sticks. Every morning, every night, during your workout, in the mirror, not once, for a week, until it becomes a part of you. Intensity matters. Emotion matters. Repetition matters. If you do this slowly, your blueprint shifts. You become what you rehearse. You embody what you repeat. You attract what you align with. Your thoughts are more than thoughts. They are your future. At the end of the day, here's the raw truth. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your patterns of thinking. No amount of ambition can survive if your thoughts contradict it. No amount of hustle matters if your identity is weak. You don't just think positively, you need to think powerfully. You need to reprogram your mind to move differently, to execute relentlessly, to lead your life with clarity and control. Because when your blueprint changes, your body follows, your behavior upgrades, your presence sharpens, and your life transforms. So let me leave you with this. If your thoughts were bricks, would your mental house be a fortress or a trap? Rebuild it brick by brick, word by word, belief by belief. Because your mind is always building something. Make sure it's building the man that you were meant to be. Here's what separates the average from the unstoppable. The average man thinks it once and hopes it sticks. The elite man repeats it until it rewires his being. Repetition isn't just about habit. It's how your brain physically reshapes itself. Every repeated thought forges a neural path. Think it enough and it becomes a highway. Faster, automatic, default. That's why it's not enough to think positively once. It's not enough to say I'm disciplined one morning and then go back to autopilot. If you want to change your life, you have to train like your mind is a soldier, because it is. And repetition is the drill. Think of your thoughts like reps in the gym. One rep changes nothing. 10 reps starts the process. 1,000 reps change your shape. 10,000 reps change your identity. It's the same with your mind. Want to become confident? You repeat thoughts of courage, clarity, and capability every day. Want to build some self-discipline? You hammer that thought like it's steel until it becomes instinct. Because if you don't, someone else will do the programming for you. Society, the algorithm, your past, all waiting to rewrite your script for you. Unless you claim the pen and start writing a new story. One thought at a time. This is how the top 1% operate. They write their goals down daily. They visualize their future before it arrives. They speak affirmations not like wishes, but like facts. They build a mindset so strong that it bends reality to match. And it's not because they're lucky, it's because they know the formula. Repetition creates belief. Belief creates behavior. Behavior creates results. Results reinforce belief. It becomes a feedback loop of greatness. But here's what most men miss. They stop too early. They think 1 week of journaling or saying affirmations will undo a decade of mental conditioning. It won't. Change takes time. Repetition takes discipline, but it works if you work it out. Now here's a practical blueprint to train your mind. Morning command sequence. Wake up, no phone. Number 2, 2 minutes of deep breathing. Number 3, repeat your personal mantra daily. I am focused. I am disciplined. I do hard things without hesitation. Number 4, visualize your day as a movie. You crushing at every task with precision. Number 5, feel the emotions as if they are already real. Emotions are the glue for repetition. Here's a midday anchor. Write your number 1 outcome for the day. Read your goals down. Say out loud, this is who I am. This is what I do. Take a moment to recalibrate your focus. Repetition isn't passive. It's active engagement. Now here's the protocol for the night rewire. Number 1, review your day. Wins, losses, adjustments. Number 2, speak gratitude. Number 3, repeat your identity statement before bed. I am becoming the man I was born to be. Number 4, visualize yourself succeeding in the next 24 hours. Number 5, drift off knowing your final thoughts of the day are seeds planted for tomorrow. You don't leave a soldier untrained and expect him to win the war. You don't leave your mind unchecked and expect it to lead you to greatness. Every time you repeat a powerful thought, you build armor. Every time you visualize success, you build certainty. Every time you choose focus over fear, you build leadership. But skip the reps and you stay soft. Say it once and the old you still runs the show. Whisper your goals and the noise of doubt drowns them out. Want to change your life? Outwork your past. Outthink your doubts. Outrepeat your excuses. Outspeak your inner critic. Train your mind like it's a weapon, because it is. And soon the world will reflect the warrior you've become inside. Because repetition isn't boring, it's becoming. And the man who controls his thoughts controls his destiny. Now, let's get to the hard truth and a deeper challenge. You were never meant to be average. That quiet frustration you carry around, that constant sense of, I should be doing more, that invisible pressure in your chest reminding you that this isn't it. That's not weakness, that's not confusion. That's the real you, the high level you, trying to wake you up. But most men hit snooze. They silence the voice. They bury the hunger. They numb the fire with distractions, comfort food, endless scrolling, meaningless nights. And they wonder why they feel hollow inside. But let me ask you this. What if the missing piece isn't motivation? It's not talent. It's not timing. What if it's simply the thoughts you allow to repeat to yourself? Here's the truth that should shake you, break you, or motivate you. Every man is building a future. The only question is what kind? Some build it through conscious design, brick by brick. Others build it by accident, with random, careless thoughts they repeat without knowing. Because make no mistake, if you keep thinking like a nobody, you will stay one. If you keep narrating weakness, your life will reflect it. If you keep obsessing over what's missing, you'll never realize what's already inside you. It's not just a thought, it's the blueprint for your habits, your grind, your mood, your results, your relationships, your destiny. So here's your new script, your mental foundation. Say it, write it, burn it into your subconscious. I'm not a follower, I'm a leader of my own mind. I don't beg for opportunities, I create them. I don't fear failure, I fear settling. I don't escape my problems, I solve them. I think powerfully, I act precisely, I live intentionally. Say that before the world wakes up. Say that when things get hard. Say it until the voice of doubt in your head can't be heard anymore. Remember, the most successful men you admire, they didn't think their way to success one time. They trained themselves to think like winners until it became who they were. Because the secret isn't a strategy, a shortcut, or a life hack. It's a shifting in thinking. It's looking at every obstacle and saying, this isn't here to stop me. This is here to shape me. It's facing every doubt and saying, this isn't truth. This is the old programming. I choose a better thought. It's waking up every single day with a clear, powerful thought. My reality is a reflection of what I choose to believe. And then choosing better, choosing stronger, choosing thoughts that build the man you were born to be. Because listen, you don't get what you wish for. You don't even get what you work for. You get what you think about most. So if you're tired of being stuck, if you're sick of feeling like you've been falling behind, start thinking like the man who's already ahead. That's how you bridge the gap between who you are and who you're supposed to become. Because if thoughts are things, then the most powerful and important thing you'll ever build is the man in your mind. Watch this video on the screen to learn the importance of auto-suggestion. Another video inspired by Think and Grow Rich.